This animation YouTuber makes me sick. Today we have to talk about this guy called Daybomb. Now this guy allegedly draws kids in a provocative way. Daybomb, as you can see, makes videos about a game called War Thunder, and just by looking at these guys' videos right here, I reckon you can quite quickly get an idea of the problem with this channel right here. The thumbnails themselves aren't really that bad, it's the actual content and problematic drawings this guy makes that is the main focus point here. Pretty much this person draws anime-looking characters that he thinks represent different vehicles in War Thunder. However, some of these characters look extremely and for some reason are drawn extremely weird. Look, I think it's better if I just showed you this first video here instead of explaining what's going on. Okay, editor, please censor that right there. Yeah, bro, I'd say I probably can't show much of that, otherwise YouTube will give me a strike. If you guys want to see how bad these videos actually are, go watch them on Daybomb's channel. The reason I can't show them on this channel is because for some reason YouTube does not like me at all. If I watch any videos on this YouTube channel, even though they can be on YouTube and fully monetized like this channel is today, if I don't censor it, for some reason YouTube will give me a strike. It has happened a lot before. I swear these drawings are actually that bad. Again, I can't actually show a lot of what's going on, but let's just say that these characters in this video look extremely young and are drawn with barely any clothing. Now, a few days ago, right, Rith actually made a video about Daybomb, and funnily enough, Daybomb actually commented on Rith's video and responded to everything that came out about him, which we're also going to be checking out after seeing for ourselves some more videos about this guy that he's made, which in my opinion are pretty disgusting. But before that, let's check out the rest of this video right here, because it really only gets worse from here. What? Okay, hell no, that is actually disgusting. Editor, please censor all of the old designs here. Oh my god, okay, that is shocking right there. So here's what I'm getting at right now. This person, Daybomb, is basically using this as a workaround. Using the fact that this person is using War Thunder vehicles as like inspiration for drawing these characters. Don't get me wrong, right? It's a pretty cool idea. I understand what's going on. And I'm pretty sure the idea here is that, you know, the smaller the vehicle is in the actual game, the smaller that this person draws the characters. But unfortunately in Daybomb's case, this makes it so that the actual drawings that this person is making makes these characters look extremely young. Now look, obviously there's an argument to be made here as well, is that this person Daybomb's art style does just make characters look very young. But to be honest with you, bro, even keeping that in mind, I still think that this is pretty messed up. Whether the art style just naturally makes characters look young or not, the matter of the fact is, when I look at drawings like this person is doing in these videos, which these people barely have any clothes on here, these actually look like... And again, we're gonna get to Daybomb's response on Rith's video a little bit later on, where this person explains that these characters here are supposed to be based on adult characters. To be honest, that really doesn't matter at all, because if it looks like a child, then it basically is a... This is the whole Shappy Sway argument that I'm guessing is gonna come up here, where Shappy Sway, who is the Twisted Kids animator who I've made many videos about, basically draws a bunch of characters that look like kids in a weird, provocative way. But then Shappy Sway likes to hide behind this thing of like, oh, but you know, in our lore, this character here is 28 years old, so it doesn't matter if I draw it to look like a because, you know, it actually isn't a... It's like, bro, just because you say your drawing is an adult doesn't mean that it actually is an adult. And anyways, if you thought this ended here, it definitely doesn't. We have a video here that was made 2 weeks ago, and this is probably the worst thing I've seen in a very long time. Make Mo Weasel. And yeah, I think it's just better if I show you guys what this is.
How? Wait a minute.
Let's do this.
Okay, so here we have Weasel is small, so body shape is minor. I want you to keep this in mind right here. Daybomb is literally saying the body shape here of this character is a... Let's see what Daybomb decides to draw here. Yo, what? No. Let me go back to that. I mean, bro, I don't really know what more evidence we need. We literally have a bunch of comments here of people saying, oh, feet, me see it, feet. All these, like, weird people watching this person's content. So then Daybomb decides it's a great idea after seeing all of these comments to actually follow through and basically... this person's feet. I mean, bro, I don't know how much more I gotta say. Like, seriously, is it that difficult to draw with clothes on and, like, not... them in any way possible. And you want to know the worst part about this is that it isn't even the worst part of this person's channel. This person, Daybomb, has a Patreon in their YouTube About section because of course he does. This Patreon is 18 plus and yeah, need I say more? It's pretty obvious that a lot of this person's fans are really weird. I mean, like, obviously the comments on screen are just absolutely revolting, but the fact that Daybomb is feeding into it really doesn't help his case at all. Okay, but now we've had a good look at what Daybomb actually does and how basically at this point it's confirmed that this person draws what look to be really young characters in provocative ways, even confirming in the video we just watched that the person was a literal... Let's see this response that Daybomb made on Rith's video about him. So Daybomb commented saying this: "First of all, I sincerely apologize if my video made you uncomfortable. War Thunder features a wide range of vehicles and I've drawn characters in various sizes to match them. Some small, some large. Many of them are adult characters even though that wasn't shown in this particular video. I don't design characters because they look small or young, I simply draw what I think would be interesting or fun based on the vehicles in the game." Okay, well let's just take away for 1 second the fact that these are based on vehicles, because it really doesn't matter at all. Whether or not you base these drawings on vehicles, whether or not you base them on trees, houses, or chairs, it really doesn't matter at all. And it also doesn't matter to an extent if you draw these characters based on canonically adult age characters. The way you draw these characters in your videos makes them look like Daybomb. End of story, right? And that's bad. There's no amount of context that can save you from that. Sure, it might help your case, the fact that these are drawn from vehicles, but in my eyes and a lot of other people's eyes, it's still completely disgusting. You can't think about this from a perspective of viewers that have been watching you for years. You've got to think about this from someone that stumbles onto your page for the very first time. This is the exact same argument we tried to make with Shappy Sway, but he wouldn't listen to it.
We've been 2 years making this lore, and we started from the beginning
Lore doesn't
considering
matter
this
to a
stuff.
6-year-old that just scrolled onto your shorts. And also, this point about you drawing these characters based on adult characters doesn't make any sense because your recent video you literally admitted that this was a and you went on to the feet. In this video, the focus ended up being mostly on more of my suggestive animations, particularly ones with less developed art style or younger looking characters. I'm aware of that, and in recent works, I've made a conscious effort to not draw young looking characters in a way. Okay, well that doesn't make any sense. You literally just made a video 2 weeks ago what you yourself said was a and for those saying, oh, well, it's not because there's nothing private being shown in the photo. Look, bro, if you're showing comments from people saying, oh, you should draw more feet and then, you know, things of that nature, it's pretty obvious that your viewers are just completely weird and want to see it for their own pleasure, not because they think showing more feet is artistic or cool. For example, in some of my previous animations, I've shown adult female characters like the males with heavily damaged clothing, but I don't depict small or young characters in that kind of way. Now look, that does kind of make sense, right? This guy is right about that, but this goes back to the same argument that we had with Shappy Sway. Just because a character in a show or movie is supposed to be over 18, that doesn't mean that you can draw them to look like a child and get away with it. Fact of the matter is, Daybomb, you still drew these characters to make them look like... It's like if someone drew Nicole from The Amazing World of Gumball in a way, for example, which unfortunately we've had the displeasure of having to talk about on this channel before. Now, Nicole is obviously over 18 years old. She's the mother of Gumball, right? But if someone drew Nicole to technically look like a... Does that make it okay because Nicole is technically over 18? No, of course it doesn't. You're drawing someone to make them look like a It doesn't matter how old they're supposed to be in the animation or cartoon. If someone drew me, Glider Guy, in real life, for example, a 20-year-old man, in a weird way and tried to make me look like a then that would be totally disgusting and basically resemble something a PDF file would do. The point is, right, it doesn't matter what age the character is supposed to be. Don't draw them to look like and we won't have a problem. Again, I'm truly sorry. I fully acknowledge that before I took an 8-month break, some of my older videos were much more provocative and suggestive. I deeply regret that and I want to apologize once more. I mean, look, to be honest, that is fair enough, right? And in all fairness, the video we just watched that was made 2 weeks ago isn't as bad as some of the videos that this person made in the past, like the first video we watched in this video. But does that mean that it's okay to this young girl's feet? No, that's still disgusting. It's not as bad as some other things I can think of that some other people on this channel have done that I've reacted to, but it's still not great, Daybomb. It's still not a good look. That said, I've been trying to make my videos less than they used to be. In the recent Weasel video, the vehicle itself is extremely small and light, and as an artist, I simply wanted to reflect that through the character. It wasn't about personal preference. I even included a subtle line in the video to suggest that viewers shouldn't childlike characters. Okay, but you still showed your viewers being all weird talking about feet and then drew a literal her feet. Just because you added a subtle little line saying that your viewers shouldn't say something or do something doesn't take away from the fact that you're actively giving them what they want. And look, again, using this excuse of like, oh, the vehicle is small and light, so therefore I drew someone that was small and light, doesn't take away from the fact that, like I said, when you look at this picture, excluding the fact that this had inspiration from a vehicle, this looks like a and you are trying to this. Now look, overall this actually wasn't a terrible response. This guy Daybomb understands that what he's done in the past is pretty shady, but the problem is that he's kinda still doing it. Definitely not as bad as he did a couple of years ago, like the first video we saw today, but he's definitely still doing it to an extent, highlighted by his latest video that was literally made 2 weeks ago. Anyways, I'm done with this guy Daybomb. Click the video on screen right now because YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you all over there. Subscribe.